Put the pedal to the metal and just go really fast because it ain't no task, it's just lots of fun. Who you gonna ask? Why don't you ask yourself, hon? Well, I've got a lot of thoughts searching through my brain. Your love's so potent, child, it makes me go insane. Far past tomorrow, deep into the day, and over your false self-aims to the level of your DNA. Well, I feel it, I hear someone walking up the stairs, and in a brilliant flash of future, present and past, you'll come right in from there. Recognized in your eyes that one day you'll realize winter nights and summertime, I've always known that you would shine. We've got a lot of vibe that's keeping us whole. You can appreciate everything when you ain't trapped inside a row. You drowned in misery, thinking that you had a soul. And now you first see what you are, and you're falling down the rabbit hole. Well, I ain't felt this good since the first time that I saw. We can be whatever, anything is clever, and everything is God. Recognized in your eyes that one day you would realize winter nights and summertime, I've always known that you would shine. You're so perfect, I used to feel worthless, spending my days in class thinking how fucked up the earth is. 2014, who knew this energy would birth us? Walk into a world where everything's designed to hurt us, but I knew I'd find you here, the time of our beginning near. My visions came to me like prophecies and see so crystal clear. Got them ears to hear, just come in. I know that you don't wanna be alone, I'm hearing it when we're on the phone, and feeling it when you're shedding a tear. Don't be living in fear, thinking about your father, staying out all night and drinking beer. Just be here, we're sitting on this bus, talking about these lies and your mother's broken trust. Talking about us, what does this mean to that? You dropped a pipe with me, what did you like? But baby, that's I ain't trying to start no fight, I just think your vibe is tight. Anytime I'm chilling around, you're always making me wanna write. Know you're awesome and you shouldn't be uptight. Hope you take the words I said and see them in a different light. You are reality, you create the things you see. One day you'll stop and realize all the things you can really be. You can stay inside a dream and uncheck mine with silent screams, and you can find them, be honest with yourself and you'll be free. Your eyes so bright, you can't see yourself. Your light so bright, you can't say what I say. Your light so bright, you can't see yourself. Your off your knees, discovering how to be. Cause once you know that truth, there's no more reason to believe. You just succeed, and you don't have to try. The belief that you could fail, that's a glitch inside your mind. You're living lies without no reason why. One day you're staying inside, but you should be focusing on that vibe. Got a predisposition, you're swimming in denial. But if you don't believe in that, you'll create a real design. Now feel the rays of power, you're unfolding like a flower. Let the rain give us a shower, we've been spitting here for hours. Lost in contemplation of the situation, making us impatient, but we're gaining concentration. When I'm looking into your eyes, I'm seeing a starry nation, seeing a beautiful world and feeling the earth's elation. The way you're making us feel, you're giving us a sensation. More harmonies unfolding with that vibe that you're creating. But you're a light so bright that you can't see yourself. You're a light so bright that you can't say what I say. You're a light so bright that you can't see yourself. You're a light so bright that you can't say what I say. When I look at you, when I look into your eyes, guitar sounding a bit bassy. It's really awesome, like this place be. It's DAS, I must confess. This place is pretty awesome, probably one of the best on Santa Fe. You know what I'm saying? You told me I was everything. Why can't you just believe? You told me I was everything. Why can't you just believe? You told me I was everything. Why can't you just believe? Just believe it's true. Yeah. It's true. Oh, true. Oh, well, it's so true. You're everything, you know, it's like a broccoli. Cause you see, we just be rocking on top of it in the apocalypse. Just toppling down all the false walls. And y'all be realizing that you're God. Damn, that's the shit that I'm on. So blessed every time I say a curse word, it's really a blessing. So I'm not really stressing, you see, I'm just never regretting a thing. Y'all living in a dream. Holographic reality, yeah, dope flying around like a dragon bee. You're a light so bright. You're a light so bright. There you are. Oh yeah. Delay, we get all discoordinated, we walking around like, hey, I'm stumbling and fumbling, my stomach is grumbling. Gotta get some food, my dude. I just flow what you see, it's poetry and music being the same thing. Your lights bright, you can't see yourself. You're a light so bright, but you can't say what I say. You're a light so bright that you can't see yourself. You're a light so bright, but you can't say what I say. Thank you, guys.
This is one that I wrote called Where I've Been. They wonder where I've been. The answer I have is on the path of self-discovery. They understand it, but they've never seen the scenery. They want to know what I see because on their paths they always see differently. But all I see is energy, and I want all of the dark energy to be recycled back into the earth, cycled away from me, but no energy could ever be destroyed, and I'm not here for destruction anyways. I want to manifest the love and joy because there's a world to save, and the ignorance is not bliss, it's an oblivion to the cries of the balance as we become susceptible. Susceptible to the sectors of ourselves that will soak in troubles until we become beat by our own wrath. We jump in a crisis after we are shoved headfirst without any grounding. On my path, I see a variety of people who remain ungrounded, flailing endlessly, but they should breathe and maybe meditate beyond this realm, because I have learned that this realm can become chaotic with the snap of destiny's finger. So they wonder where I've been. I've been off healing auras in the struggle to define my own reality, because I romanticize delusionally through wordplay, and they've noticed that my eyes look distant when I stare off at the wall like, Lariot, are you still here? But no, not at all. I'm off on another planet, writing poems on the daily that I've never read to anyone because my guard has been up and people have their own shit going on. So where I've been doesn't matter as much as the fact that I'm here now. I was off trying to learn this is where I've been. I've been chasing daisies and ending up with stacks of the flowers' ashes on my hands because my hands have been burning with an itch to fix this shit of a planet with so much beauty that I can barely grasp it or handle the idea of it, but I've been learning and absorbing the energetic knowledge to teach it, and I didn't even need to go anywhere really. So yeah. Thank you. I wrote this one today as well. I personified karma as a person, and I kind of just made it into a story about like how I felt about what karma was doing to my life currently. So. Karma approached me in a darkened room, not the kind of darkness that's eerie and strange, or that produces chills down the spine. The room was dimly lit with a relaxed vibe, an ease of tranquility where energy flowed, a stick of chakra-activating incense burning slowly in the corner, a cup of hot coffee in my hands. Well, Karma, he took the empty seat in front of me. He said nothing for a long while, but I knew he was there, and if I had asked him to leave, he kindly would have refused, so I stayed quiet too. I knew there was a chance for me to become his victim or his target, the victim of his retaliation or the target of his friendship and affection. I was unsure, but also afraid that if I were to stop and consider my own actions, he would notice and catch on. He didn't make me nervous, but rather curious as to why he was there. This was not our first encounter, although they had all been different. Karma cleared his throat. I look up to face his shadow. How have you been, he asked. I shrug and tell him well enough. I ask the same question of him. He says he's been busy as always. I smile sympathetically, for I could only imagine having his job. But his demeanor always remained neutral. He had an odd grace that reminded me of a natural earthy force. He looks upwards with a sigh. He says, I just don't know what to do with you. I was caught off guard because usually he always knew. He knew so well that he was never really conversational about it. He never really spoke so much to me. He says, you have the power, but you don't use it. I try to tell Karma that I didn't do it on purpose. He interrupts me with, I already know. He says, I can potentially help you, my young one, but I just don't know how. I didn't know what to say, and shocked that I left Karma stupefied, surprised that he was asking me for my help on how to be stricken. I was just as clueless as he. He slowly gets up and walks away. We exchange no further words, but ever since then I've thought of Karma as on my side. Alright, I'm gonna do one more shorter one. Momentary and sudden, a burst of karma that shoots through the temple, realization when you see that you were the creator of the madness. People are beginning to feel unsatisfied, and you have been for a while, but really they are too. So we all have these puddles of tears by our ankles and holes like graves which we dig for comfort, but we end up uncomfortable and squirming for the chance to stop the roots from protruding into our spines. How can we control so much but really control so little? Every man is out for himself. You can only control yourself, but the next man's control is only his. Eyes big and bright at the world as people soak in pure emotion. The feeling is raw. Suddenly you end up hurt somewhere in the mix, looking for confirmation, but it's inside of you the entire time. Why all of the misguidance?
Crystal, can you check on the video and make sure the whole stage is in condition? Thank you very much.
Let's give it up for the Riot. Alright, so I'm going to call up the next act, which is going to be Juicebox of Paradise. Actually, Juicebox of Paradise and the Riot are going to do something too. Hold on, I got time. Okay. Getting high as the moon, smoking sunflowers with the sun. On earth trying to fly, cause I heard heaven's pretty fun. But the past weighs a ton, and it weighs me down. It's less work to smile than it is to frown. So I'm letting it go and sacrificing time. Cause the present is a present and presents my mind with a whole new thought and a whole new dream. Exploring the seams of what seems to see what it means, but that fucks me up and gets my heart racing. So I start replacing the creation with faces of Satan. Only cause I forget I'm 100% holy water, 100% Holy Spirit, and 100% Holy Father.
And 20% a goner made up of 80% armor. They said to slow down, but I keep pushing harder. And I learned that by feeling dull, my perception grew sharper. Pitch black can't get any darker. The light only gets closer once it travels farther, because light always has a home. They say it comes from the chest, but it's up to the dome. The mind controlled like we are alone, basing it off of the things we are shown, but you're only cold if that's what you choose to know. Warmth can always be learned. We're trying to share the wealth, but first it must be earned. So kick back and take the heat, the knowledge will burn, and then it's education's turn to avoid a turn for the worse.
When riding shotgun in the hearse, you tend to think you're next. After hearing all the screeches and seeing all the wrecks, but it makes more sense when we read back on the text. Only what's cursed is afraid to be hexed, and the natural reflex is to flinch at the light. When you're staring at the dark, closing your eyes too tight, it's fight or flight, but what are we running from? The hell we give ourselves or the kingdom to come? Some may shun, and some may run, but the one done playing games is the one who's having fun. It's all perception, manifesting as a collection, contesting the connection of the entire confection. So we eat it to beat it, we speak it and repeat it, we hear it and we see it, we meet it and we greet it, like we never knew it was we that we were breathing, so we breathe in and replace it with all to complete it. But y'all don't want to hear that, y'all want to hear rap, talking about popping pussy and popping beer caps, and I hear that because it makes more sense. We got a good system here in dollars and cents, so why would we disturb it with another 6 cents?
Facts. Here's Juicebox. Give it up for Juicebox.
Alright, so I'm gonna do one for the beautiful lady that I was just standing up here with. Someone get me a jacket, cause my lady's frosty. The world tossed me and my baby caught me, and now I'm asking her to please never let me go. Unless she happens to get tired, then just please let me know. I'll gladly switch positions and and put you in my arms, or tie you around my neck and wear you like a charm, cause you make me feel fly. You got me feeling dope, you got me feeling high, and I ain't even have to smoke. Girl, your potency is more potent to me than any of these drugs could ever hope to be. So come float with me, and we will go to see all the dopest things life has to show for free. We'll grow to be aware that we'll never stop growing. Our hearts make a beat, we can never stop flowing. Two writers collabing on a poem. And what I find most enchanting about our story is it don't end with our bodies, and it started before we ever even knew we were characters in a book. I want to see what's next, but I'm scared to look, so I'm covering my eyes just to be surprised at what lies ahead. And as we lie in bed, your eyes shed a couple tears for your fears, so I'll pull you closer to let you know that I'm here, and I'm scared too. Yeah, I'm scared too, but you calm me down, I'm less scared with you. Cause you're my superhero, you're my wings. And when you talk, I'm hearing angels sing. And I could go on for hours talking about how you fill me up with power and make me feel strong like some protein powder. And how you're so sweet, you teach me to appreciate the sour. Cause you teach me to appreciate the sour. And I forgot, so I'm gonna get in my book. Sorry, thanks for being patient with me, y'all. This is what sucks about having a bad memory. And that's what's lovely. You give my life this balance. You're my study buddy when life's test is a challenge. And I'm so grateful and oh so thankful. There's nothing I could do or say to ever repay you besides receive your love and give it right back. We're walking together, so we're on the right track. I'm holding your hand, being your man, happier than I ever been, and all I want to do is make you happy as I am, so I'll scream your name from the tops of the mountains. Lariot, Lariot, the sound is so astounding. You are my sun, so I'll be your moon. Give you light when it's dark just to see you through, but because I know you're strong and can do it on your own, it's an honor to have you call my heart your home. You and I feel like we're from a species unknown, so it's funny how we found each other where the wild things roam. Cause your fire grows when my wind starts to blow, but you warm me up when my breeze is feeling cold. We complement each other with no need to compliment each other. We feel beautiful just because we're lovers. But I still gotta let you know that you're sexy. 100% gorgeous, girl, you constantly tempt me. I can't keep my hands to myself when you're around. Always filling you up and always rubbing you down. When our love combines with our physical attraction, there's just no asking what's bound to happen. Our lips start smacking and the bells of heaven ring. We start making love and the angels sing. Thank you. Thank you. I'm just here to redefine your definition of perfect. So watch me intertwine some scribble with my cursive. Cause I'm screaming holy shit, you know, blessings come with curses. And earth is where good and evil converges. That was just a little short thing. And someone pick me up so I can pick me up some pick-me-ups. Cause sipping pixie dust out of my sippy cup ain't quick enough. And slowing down, that's what trips me up. So I'm speeding, but not to beat him or lead him. I'm just keeping my feet in bounds. I'm hearing visuals and I'm seeing sounds. I smile and frown like everything is normal. An oracle picking his sore toe to get a sore full of nastiness, blasting in his eye socket. Why stop it? This is a gift from high prophets. By God, it's been blessed with a blister. I'm twisting up twisters just to get me across the river, but my vigor's getting sicker, so I'm going down quicker. I stick it at a crisper to get her feeling toasty, cause it's warm and it's cozy, but it's lonely and it's homey, and I got me some homies, don't he? Or are they just passers-by? I'll be fine, and that's as sure as Saturn flies, but here's the thing, I haven't even seen the ring of my atmosphere, so I stand in fear and I jog to a rhythm. I'm giving a beat and then I'm giving a breather for a mile or a meter, cause my system is metric. I'm schizophrenic and skeptic of the voices speaking rhetoric, but the truth is embedded in the sediment of their testaments. So I drink the rest of it. Take the poison just to get my medicine, cause it's etiquette. Thank you. This is recent. I've been popping Oxycontin and making my brain rotten, but fuck, I'm feeling awesome, loosey-goosey popping locking. The crowd start flocking to the middle of the street, asking me to spit a rap but can't even give me a beat. I'm not just here for show and tell. I think I'm the shit, so I poke my bells. You'll clean it up with a load of towels, but you'll never get rid of that foul smell. I'm walking to the middle of the frozen lake, only convinced a little it ain't going to break. I'm talking in riddles to communicate, but they're distracted by the spittle all over my face, cause I'm all over the place, but I haven't moved. I show up to my funeral in dancing shoes. I'm black and I'm blue and I'm tatted too. I ain't mad at you, I just keep throwing attitude, like fuck what you heard, I am the fucking word. God told me himself that y'all a bunch of fucking turds, but y'all can kick rocks and lick cocks for all I care, cause y'all doing you, I'm doing me. I'm all up in the air and I'm never ever coming down. The cosmos in my eyes, I think I'll take a look around. Angels give me high fives, aliens giving pounds. They give me daps for my raps, they love my sound. They like, this is awesome, this is amazing. They love how I be talking, but even more how I'm behaving. And I don't know what I've been saying, I've been driving me crazy. I don't know what I've been doing, I've been losing thoughts lately. And maybe it's because I've been astral projecting. Or maybe it's because my asshole feels infected. Maybe it's due to the Adderall that's collecting all up in my system, mixing with Dilaudid I'm injecting. And I blame the doctors, and I blame your daughters. They made me do it even though I didn't wanna. They told me that I oughta since I'm not smoking marijuana, and that we would have a problem if I don't remove my condom. That's when I realized I was talking to life. She was holding my dick and she was holding a knife. So I didn't want to fight and I wasn't feeling right, so I gave her a kiss and told that bitch good night. And I rolled over and I woke up in a coma. I wondered if the room could get any colder. I couldn't remember what was the last thing I told her, so all I heard was God shouting Red Rover. But you know what? When I wake up, I'll be walking with a strut and holding my pimp cup, cause I survived and I'm alive, and I have no reason not to do a little jive. Voila. Alright, this is the last one that I'll do for the night, and then we'll call it the next act. I had originally planned to be pissed off because the school system is so crisscrossed, telling us we can be anything we want to be, but we can't be shit unless we got a degree. And to me, that just makes no sense. I think they confuse making something of ourselves with making dollars and cents. And I could understand that all too clear, because living in this life, most of the things I hear about loving life have to do with living in fear. Like, our moms and pops all want us to go to college, because how could we survive without that knowledge? And we'd never be able to afford the life they dreamt of. If we never make money, then how can we ever spend some? And don't you know you need to spend money to be happy, son? Otherwise, your possessions, they'll be all cheap and tacky, son. And that's wacky, son. Why would you ever want that? You need to go to school, learn a trade, fall back, get yourself a job so you can buy yourself a house and move in with your wife who probably loves somebody else. You see, this is what school has taught us, that if we don't have these things, then we have nada. All we have are problems because we didn't learn nothing. And I don't need your approval. I don't need to earn nothing, because I'm not sure if you're aware, but our life is just perception. We perceive the world as we perceive a reflection. So if you keep infecting our thoughts with yours and have us choose to believe we're merely skin with pores, then of course we'll spend our whole life afraid to be poor. Or should I say we'll just spend our whole lives afraid, always feeling something's missing, so we gotta get paid. Then we'll be able to buy our happiness. Women, clothes, power, the lap of lavishness, but that's corrupt. It's untrue and it makes my skin rough. You're teaching us that we will never have enough, rather than teaching us to reach into ourselves and find abundance of love, and we would need nothing else. See, I don't care you teach math that I'll probably never use. I don't care you teach history that probably isn't true. I'm not upset you teach languages that I would never speak. What I have a problem with is the things you don't teach. See, you teach civics, but you don't teach universal law. You teach world religion, but don't teach we are God. You teach us that we need to be taught. You don't teach us that everything we need is everything we got. You teach the world that it's cold, but don't teach us of a warmth. You don't teach us of a light, but yet you throw us in the dark. You teach us to follow rules rather than make our own. You don't teach us to speak up, you teach us to watch our tongue. Because speaking our minds is rude, it's lipping off. So all you've taught me to do is be pissed off. All I learned from school is all I untaught myself for my mental stability and my spiritual health. You don't teach we know it all. You teach us that we're stupid. So if you don't teach what's real, I'll be happy to do it. Thank you. So next up is, if I pronounce this wrong, I'm sorry, it's Abenicio. Yeah! Okay. I'm just gonna say.
Thank you. This first one's called The Yellow Beast. Warm air tickles my face as the yellow beast accepts me into his thunderous cavern. Each step he feels heavier than the last, like the past holding you back on a windy day. And I let my eyes flick from row to row watching children play, but I find no comfort here. Banking on sheer luck that I'll find a seat near the back of this bus, I hear small and queer voices threatening to overthrow the ever-present roar that escapes that yellow beast's throat. I find myself at the back, trying to keep track of my pencils while not letting my eyes slack, but growing aware of the fact that I might not be able to keep them open much longer. The acceleration of gravity growing stronger as it pulls down on my eyelids. And I rest my head to the side to ponder why it is these trees zooming by launder light from the sun. But before I can answer, my mind slips. I fall off an edge as elegantly as a diver doing backflips, cognizant stepping down to run errands with my subconscious, I escape. I've always had an interesting relationship with sleep, knee-deep in memories wading through black sheep as I have not quite mastered the dance with its borders. To prance freely in and out as I please, I must check my luggage and I must pay my fees, and I pass through customs each way. I awoke to a calm beast. The other children digested and regurgitated to feed its cousin, but I sit there like a half-dozen stubborn protesters refusing to let a mother tree be torn down. The brain of the beast is shedding its shell to go and dwell before it must come out again. My eyes tear up and panic rolls over my soul, leaving its teeth bared. And like a homophobic father watching his son run to join a pride parade, I was fucking scared. And I realize I must call to her, but as I open my mouth, my voice falters, not because I'm lunging into the unknown, but because with eyes wide and chest heaving, I'm doing it alone. Thank you. This next one is called As I Wait. I'm just tired, that's all. My hands sprawled over my face like they're trying to reach in and fix something. Or perhaps they're holding back the weight of Niagara Falls cracking in the summertime. Stuck. Forestalled in a state of perpetual first steps left to keep watch of the past. I run and I run, grasping desperately at my chest like a smoker with a lung graft, and it's not fair to say that I come in last, but then again, I've never even seen the finish line. My other half walks the line of distant memory and future dream, because it seems to me that this thing we call intimacy is just that. It's just dreams. Locked away in the deep inhale of dimethyltryptamine, whispering my ear from 20 feet away saying, "Look how close you are." As if with the lift of a finger of the tracing of a fading scar is all it took, I'm just tired, that's all. Too many nights alone, too many nights wondering what's wrong with me, caught in the throng of running thoughts fighting to be first. And I don't know what is worse, this or the sweet taste of victory fading through time, because I don't know if I want to see the finish line. What if the yellow tape looks me in the eye and says, I guess I'm just not as into you as I thought I was. I dropped into my knees and melt into the buzz of the moving streets, throbbing with every pulse, trying to my hardest not to breathe. I stumble and fall, hoping that I have enough energy just to crawl one more inch, one more time. This time. This time. This time I know for sure. Maybe this time. At least if I were bashing my head against a wall, I would eventually pass out, right? As if from sheer spite, this thing called intimacy will pick me up, brush me off, and send me on my way. But today, I don't feel like busting my teeth. I don't feel like getting sunburned. I don't feel like driving through hoops just to feel wanted. I don't feel like getting hurt. For what it's worth, I think I'm just gonna lie here and soak up the sunshine. Let time roll over me like grapes waiting to be made into wine. Maybe it's myself that I'm trying to find. A thought crosses my mind as I lay here. Why can't I be someone else's finish line? Thank you.
Woo!
Thank you very much for that. That was awesome. All right, let's hear it for Malia.
Hello. So I wrote this poem a day before January 28th. So these words are dedicated to Lilo. I've been collecting discarded poetry for years. Lost verses washed up from a sea of words into my hands. Their once inhabited ships had thrown them off board. Like broken equipment, their purpose drifts to the opposite edges of the world. I find them lying bleak in my harbor, drenched in a bleak despondency. Fishing through the stanzas and the pungent stench of desire, a hidden nectar leaks from the sludge, a drop of serendipity. And this one I wrote it was like a week ago and I forgot I wrote it. And then I found it again, so I thought I'd share it. Okay. I'm the person who waits, which I hate. And I resist letting go into what I don't know. If I think, maybe I'll avoid the awkward stink. But who cares? And why not dare? All the fun lies in the uncontrollable run. So I mustn't fear what I cannot hear, because silence becomes the ultimate gear.
Woo!
Okay, and this is the last one that I'll share. And yeah, it doesn't have a name. Okay. So, you want to understand how I process my diction? Well, you see my playful syntax indulges in lingo and fiction. Sometimes I lie, and it sounds so realistic, and then I find out the truth really is twisted. My linguistic patterns emphasize nonsensical gibberish, but even that drives me mad, more than quantum physics. I always reach an edge where the idea can't expand, but throw in some silly idiom and hope it all goes as planned. I rely on theory and metaphor, which becomes a destructive habit. Maybe because practical logic seems bland and savage. But in reality, I don't know. I was taught to not trust people who think words have meaning, and to always strive to satisfy without pleasing.
That was super rad. And now we're gonna get a another super rad person up here. Let's hear it for the one and only Monalicious.
Alright. How are you guys doing today? You guys like it? Hold on 1 second.
I wonder where she's going. Where'd she go? She's coming back. Right now. Everybody take cover. Shh, pretend you don't see her.
Alright, my lovely audience. I'm up here and this is where I'm gonna educate the youth about some free music for free people. So if you guys don't know what free music for free people, the people who are putting this on for Transcribed Vibes, and to connect with the awesome Denver Art Society, one of the funnest events for me, nonetheless. Here's our mission statement, here's what we're about. Free Music for Free People was a community of sessions hosted by several Denver music projects. Our goal is to highlight the unique community Denver has for music and promote their successes. We're starting a movement to showcase the music industry, not take advantage of it. We work with and only promote companies that have the same goals in mind. We're all coming together, contributing what we can to be a part of something bigger than ourselves, free music for free people. So if you're interested in getting involved, we're planning on having a co-op meeting about all the beautiful projects of this summer next Monday. And it's all exciting. We're planning on launching 3 new sessions, a genre-based session, a studio session, and a venue session, hopefully here at Dawes. So this first one I wrote 3 different times. I just added to it, and you can kind of tell where it's broken up into time. Communication is the key, and somehow I feel locked out. Take a hold of your own reality and realize you've created this doubt. I wish I could speak easy of love, but memories tell me constant lies, so I've gotta believe in unspoken trust and hope the difference is within time. And it's not really my choice to sit and wait, thinking over and over, maybe this is the day when history repeats itself and another one walks away. But that's my mind doing a number on my mental health, so I don't really mention it much because there's nothing to talk about. I'm used to not believing I'm worth much, and you're really not used to dealing with this kind of love. I know it'll pass, and even if you leave, I can't get too mad. That's how things end up happening. Whoa. And another day passes. She said those words to the T that I imagined. Broke me down to think that it was about me. And after stepping back, I could finally see that I can't take this chaos too personally. And now a month or so has passed, and it's not like the thoughts were never had. I felt pain, but danced in it too. Some moments of going insane showed me the real truth. I became too dependent on the comfort of you and I, that I was blind to the anxiety I had built inside. These things, they happen to show us something else, to give us a better understanding of ourselves. This wasn't always clear to my eyes. I tried self-destructing to feel somewhat alive, and of course in time, I woke up and could see that all that I had felt I had lost was simply bottled up in me. And I won't lie and say it wasn't easy. I know in time, it'll become a part of me, like every loss and win, building me up, teaching me the truth